Hello Internet, my name is Andrew Eder, and welcome to another episode of Film Editorials. It is also day 3 of Vlog Every Day in April of 2014. I have seen Captain America the Winter Soldier, and I'm going to be reviewing it for you today. Captain America 2 pretty much picks off right where the Avengers left off, with Steve Rogers, aka Captain America, doing his best to get integrated back into 1. Modern society, 2. A regular, ordinary life after the events of the Avengers, with the organization known as S.H.I.E.L.D., where he goes around and, fights kinda international terrorist-type crimes all over the world. But after one of his missions goes a little bit sideways, and then a bunch of important people start getting killed, Captain America is introduced to a new threat, a almost folkloric Soviet assassin named the Winter Soldier. And bad things happen, Captain America has to save the day. Again. There are several characters from the first Captain America movie who are back in the second one, the most important of whom is Chris Evans as Captain America. Then, of course, you have Samuel L. Jackson as Director Fury. They introduce 2 new big characters. There's Anthony Mackie plays Falcon, and then there's Robert Redford who plays Alexander Pierce, one of the other guys who's in charge of running S.H.I.E.L.D. Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow from the Avengers and Iron Man 2 is also back for Captain America 2, and her role is actually quite significant. And so the review. For a standalone Marvel film, this movie's actually quite strong. Iron Man is still the best standalone Marvel movie. The Avengers is still top of the list as far as the Marvel movies go. It is the most fun and the most exciting. But this movie is actually very, very good. I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about it, just because the expectations were so high, but it is a good movie. It has a very different tone than a lot of the other Marvel movies. This one is significantly more serious, and it actually has quite a bit of social commentary in it, which, as far as I can remember, we have not seen in a Marvel superhero movie up to this point, if any superhero movie. The villains in this movie are also much better than the Marvel movies of late. Very, very sinister. And then there's the Winter Soldier of the title, and he does not pull any punches. Now, I've said the movie is good, and I do like it, and I am probably going to go see it again, but it's hard for me to really be excited about it, largely because the social commentary and the nature of the ending. Obviously, I'm not going to get into the ending because of the issue of spoilers, but it doesn't really close itself off. It's very open-ended. So when you leave the theater, you're not going, yeah, that was awesome! You're going more, wow, I wonder what they're gonna do next. Which is not quite the same feeling. You just want more of what they've been doing, because it's good. I just wanted it to continue so they could wrap up the story, but it's just so much setting up for future stories that I feel I wish they could have wrapped it up a little more neatly. There are some other things that bother me about the movie, mostly having to do with plot points kind of getting glossed over or explanations getting glossed over too easily, including but not limited to the internal organization of S.H.I.E.L.D. as like an entity. Who runs the place? Where is the bureaucracy? Who is the bureaucracy? Why does it have this giant building in DC, or I guess technically it's Virginia because it's across the Potomac, but they have this massive building and suddenly all these people are there. Where'd they come from? 2, why does no one notice the 3 giant aircraft carriers having this massive gunfight over Washington DC? I mean, I feel like that would be kind of a big deal if that were to happen tomorrow. And who's letting people build giant aircraft carriers just outside of DC? Maybe because I know people from there, I know that it doesn't make any sense, and so it was holding up my suspension of disbelief. 3, I liked Anthony Mackie's story. I thought he was really good when he wasn't a superhero, and then when he does get to do superhero-y things, he gets a cool action scene, but it's really brief. I think they underutilized him and his superhero-ness. He's got a cool character outside because he's a veteran and Captain America's a veteran, so they get to bond about that. And that's a really funny way to start the movie. But he just doesn't get to shine as his own superhero. Number 4, science in superhero movies tends to just kind of get tossed out the window for nonsensical things. And this movie is no exception. The big offender here for me was a algorithm that seems to be self-aware and can manipulate other pieces of software. I don't even know what they were trying to go for there. It's kind of the MacGuffin that drives the movie, but I guess fine, whatever. It's not really that important. It's just the thing that makes the bad guys' plans possible, but it just doesn't make any sense scientifically, as far as I know. Maybe there's some computer engineer out there who can illustrate to why that makes sense, but I don't know what it is. Now, some other positive things that I haven't mentioned yet. The movie looks amazing. I saw it in IMAX 3D. I really didn't think the 3D was that necessary. I mean, there were some cool parts with some water. That was neat. But overall, I didn't feel like the 3D was that necessary. IMAX is still cool. The movie just looks really nice. And then the battle with the 3 aircraft carriers at the end, that's just, I mean, that's just my inner 8-year-old's dream, so I was really happy with that. And the movie does have some few surprises stored in it, just in the plot. It twists and turns in some ways that are not entirely predictable. I mean, probably afterwards you're going to be able to say, oh, I totally saw that coming, even though you have no real basis for that claim. So the big takeaway, do I think you should see this movie? A lot of you are going to see it regardless of what I say. But it is good. It's certainly better than Iron Man 3, and I think I can safely say it's better than the first Captain America. The first Captain America was pretty straightforward, it had some bumps, it was largely just to get Captain America ready for the Avengers. This one is Captain America kind of on his own. I mean, he's got a whole bunch of friends along the way with him, but it's a Captain America story about Captain America and his place in S.H.I.E.L.D. and S.H.I.E.L.D.'s place in the world. And I thought that was well done and well made, and generally I liked it. But again, the social commentary and the nature of the bad guy makes it really hard to come out of that movie feeling excited and energized. You're just kinda, oh, which is a weird feeling to have coming out of a superhero movie. Captain America the Winter Soldier comes out tonight, depending on what your local movie theater does in the way of screenings. When you go see it, let me know what you thought down below in the comments, and I will see you all next time, which, if you're subscribed to me and you're watching my VEDA videos, will be tomorrow. Okay, bye guys.